Hello, music producers, and welcome to part 5 of this FL Studio beginner tutorial series. During the course of this series, we've covered a whole lot of things. We've gone through the channel rack, the playlist, the piano roll, and in this particular video, we're going to be going over the mixer. So, the mixer is actually where you send all your audio in your project to. There's a place where you try to balance the sounds. It is also where you add some extra effects like reverbs, delays, just to make everything sound good. So as you can see, we have the mixer open right here, and you can always click on this button right here to bring it out or turn it back off. All right, and you can always do this to minimize it. Okay, you can always drag the sides right here to resize the mixer. Okay, you can resize from the left, right. You can also resize from the corner to do both at the same time. Okay, and you can see once we reduce it, you can see that some of the functions tend to disappear and reappear as we make it bigger. All right. So starting from the left right here, you can see we have this bar right here. Okay, and if we look at the hint panel, it shows us current. And what this does is that it shows us the an enlarged view of the inserts that we click right here. You can see we have a lot of inserts right here, all this right here. And if we click on one and play, like it just shows us a magnified view of this meter right here. For example, if I'm to play this sound right here, okay, as you can see, it shows us exactly what is happening right here. But even though it's still playing, if I click on an empty mixer, you can see it shows us nothing because the empty mixer is showing us nothing here. And then next to that, we have the master track. Okay, and this is where all of your sounds go to. All of these individual inserts right here, they are all linked to the master track, and you can always go ahead and add effects to the whole track right here. All right, and the next to that, we have this middle section right here, which is also known as the middle dock. Okay, these are just individual inserts which hold all the individual sounds. Then if we hover our mouse over this bar right here and we click on it, okay, we can see that some extra inserts come on. All right, so you can actually use this as sends. You can use this as normal insert tracks to assign instruments to. Just feel free, and this is just and if you're confused and don't know what scents are, all these kind of things, are just stick with me and just try to grasp what you can. As we go further into the series, everything will become a whole lot clearer. All right. So you can always click this to bring it to collapse it down, and you can always click this to bring it back up. All right. So over here we have the track inspector. And as you can see, we have this effects slots right here, and you can see each insert on the mixer has its own unique 10 slots. For example, if I click on insert 1, I've already gone ahead to add some effects here. Okay, so you can have a maximum of 10 on each insert. And if I go to insert 2, you can see there are different effects because it's a different insert on the mixer. All right, then we have the insert 3 also has its own unique effect also. So insert 4 is empty. All right, and so is 5 and 6 and so on and so forth. And over here at the top, okay, we have an audio source input, and right here you can just click to select, like if you have a microphone connected or whatsoever you want to record into, this is where you can assign this is where you can input that microphone to record. All right guys, so if we go over to this top right here, you can see we have compact 2 here, and we click on this, you can see we have a few options right here. And what this does, what these options are, they just kind of reshape the mixer to fit the way you want it to. There are options right here. You can see, click on compact, you can see it looks a whole lot smaller and a whole lot tighter. Okay, we have compact alt, which kind of moves the elements around. All of them are still the same thing, but it just kind of rearranges it. Then we have wide. Okay, wide makes it bigger. As you can see, more of the knobs are kind of here and there, up and down. Now we have wide 2 also, wide 3, which is like wider, and we have wide alt. Okay, so these options, you can just choose what works for you. We have extra large, okay, as you can see right here. All right, so you can just choose what works for you and what you perceive to be best to fit your screen. I like compact 2, okay, because it's kind of bigger and I can see everything at once. Okay, but if you want something more larger, You can always go with wide alt and go with whatever fits your screen. So on each mixture track, you can see, first of all, from the top right here, we have 1, 2, 3, which is just the instrument track number. Then we have the name, insert1, which we can also go ahead to rename it like we've explained before. We can just rename this. If I'm to name this melody right here and I press enter, you can see it changes that name to melody, and we can always go ahead to still color it. Okay, change the color. Okay, and it colors that insert track for us. Then we have this meter right here, which shows us the levels of the sound. Okay, then below that we have this green button, which if you're following the series, you should know by now that this is the mute and solo button. You can left click to mute or mute, and right click to solo, and on solo to bring everything back. All right, then we have this panning right here. And if you have no idea what pan is, it's just like moving sounds between the left channel and the right channel. Okay, moving sound between the left and the right. Okay, so you can pan it to the left. Okay, and you can always pan it to the right, and you can right click and reset it back to center. Then we have this volume knob right here, which you can just use to reduce and increase the volume. And we have this button right here to reverse polarity. All right, we have this one here to swap the left and the right. It just swaps the left towards the right and swap the right to the left. Okay, and you can use this knob to go more mono and more stereo. Okay, going to the right makes it mono, makes it thinner, brings it together, and going to the left, okay, makes it stereo. Okay, if you can see, if we look at the hint panel, okay, over here, if we look at the hint panel, you can see that this is 100% separated and this is 100% merged. All right, then this is just original, and that's at the middle. And we can use this button right here to turn all the effects off. Okay, so all these effects that are here are currently on, they are currently active, but if we just click on this button right here, it does turns all the effects off. All right, so that is that. And then you can click right here to have this channel for recording. All right, guys, so if I'm to play this sound that we have going on, all right, so you can see we have three items right here. We have this pattern 1, which is just a melody. We have the pattern 2, which is just the sound, and then we have the audio clip, this 3, which is a drum loop. Okay, and each of these 3 are channeled to insert 1, 2, and 3. All right, and you can see we have this effect right here, like I've explained before. All right, so you can click on this effect right here to bring out the effect itself. Okay, and you can always do minor adjustment. This is an EQ, by the way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and explain what all these are in future videos. Okay, all right. Then we have this Bluetooth blood overdrive. All right, and you can see to the right of each effect, okay, you can see we have this knob right here, and this is the mix level. Okay, as you can see, some of them are dialed down. All right, and it's just to reduce how much that effect affects the sound. And you can also solo. We can right click right here, we can solo it. Okay, we can right click, we can unsolo it. All right, and we can always mute each of them. Then if we look over to the left, you can see we have this arrow, okay, which is just gives us a few options for that particular effect slot. All right, we can replace the effects. You can see these are all the effects plugins that we have going on. Okay, we can replace them, we can delete it, we can use presets, we can browse presets, we can do a whole lot of things here. We can move it up, we can move it down. Okay, this is something you should know about. All right, and we go over to an empty slot. We also click on this arrow to add an effect. All right, so if I'm to go over to my effect 4, which is empty, okay, I can go over here, click on here. I can, let's say I want to add a reverb. I can go ahead and add a reverb here, fruity reverb. Okay, and you can see we have that reverb right here, and it opens that effect for us. And you can see we can click on here to take it back. We can click right here to bring it back up. All right, so guys, if I'm to play this, all right, you can see if I right click on this, like I said, this is the solo button. I can just click on this and it solos the sound. All right, I can just go ahead to turn this to the right. You can see it plays from the right. I can switch it over to the left. It plays from just the left. You can always right click to reset everything back to normal. And like I said, this is the volume fader. All right, So you can reduce this to 0. You can bring this up. All right. All right. Then you can always reverse the polarity. All right. You can switch the left and the right channels. All right. You can make it more mono. Okay. You can make it more stereo. All right. And then you can always turn all the effects off. And you can turn the effects back on. Alright guys, so this is just kind of an overview of the mixer, trying to introduce you to things around and show you the basic things about the mixer so that you can just get things started going. As time goes on, we're going to cover a whole lot of things on the mixer, but this is just to get you started and trying to introduce you to the mixer and just a brief overview of everything. Alright guys, so that'll be it for this video. Please, if you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, and also enable notifications so that you get notified when I upload a new video just like this for you guys. So meet again guys, stay safe and see you in the next one.